Margaret, the Little Mermaid review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680. And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. We're reading the movie world right into your ears, devices. And if you have not already, like, share, subscribe to us on our Alamo City Movie Talk page. Hit that subscribe notification to get notified for our movie reviews in this case, or trailer reactions. But without further ado, this topic here, this needs no introduction here, guys. Right, Angela? Needs no introduction. A remake of The Little Mermaid, which is the most hot topic, I would say, for a lot of fandom, Disney fans. Anyone that's really, the whole humankind of a controversial topic here.
Was definitely a very controversial movie when the cast was first announced. And a lot of people were divided on, the casting and why they casted it and the actress and everything like that. Yeah. For me, I'm just like, I've heard her sing before. Yeah. And she's a beautiful singer. So that's what Ariel is to me. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have I wasn't too much involved in the controversy. And then the rest of the cast came out. And then I think the biggest controversy, at least in my opinion, at least recently, was the way Flounder and Sebastian were CGI'd.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Yeah, without further ado, guys, we're not going to spoil it for you whatsoever. But, one of the things is that what was major concerning for me was the fact that I'll be honest here. I really don't care what color race they are, as long as they are able to really exceed and really sing, and because demand of what the character, to do the character justice, whatever the case may be, right? Just like anything with any film, and not just Disney, but just film in general. And we go into this part of this new world, this new sea of a world, and Ariel, Halle Bailey, she did a fantastic job. After watching this, I was very skeptical. I don't know if you moviegoers out there saw it, but they actually did a Disney special that was during COVID, and they all sang with no professional mics. It was AirPods, and she sounded great. Granted, it was her and her sister on it, but
they still sounded
she sounded really fantastic. And then we got a little bit of marketing where we saw different scenes of her part of this world, having that strong presence that we know of Ariel, even in the cartoon, of course. And so, you really get into the sense of, is it going to bring justice to the character, for one? And are you showing us anything different? Because let's be honest here, Disney has not been knocking out of the park with these remakes. They haven't. Not every single remake Disney remakes is like the best, or it's just better than the original in each case, but
I gotta say, out of all the remakes, and they've remade a lot of the classic films, Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Jungle Book, I gotta say the one that I really, really enjoyed was Cinderella. The other ones are okay.
Now Cinderella is so good. I love Cinderella.
Good. Yeah, I could watch it all day, every day.
With Kate Blanchett, Oscar winner Kate Blanchett.
She's the evil stepmother. Love her. But that's out of all the remakes that they've done. That and Jungle Book. I think Jungle Book's also a pretty good film, to be honest. But the other ones, like you say, they haven't knocked it out of the park. Yeah. And I will say, without spoiling too much, this is also part of that. It didn't knock it out of the park for me.
Yeah, it comes down to the script and the story and everything. Melissa McCarthy, Angela, you loved her in here. I did not. But again, though, let me put it into perspective, ladies and gentlemen, moviegoers out there. I am not a huge Melissa McCarthy fan.
And I am.
I do not like, I'm not on board with 110% of her movies. Obviously, Bridesmaids is definitely a film to where everyone shines in that movie, right? I mean,
her
whatever.
Comedy is so funny.
In the movie, like The Heat and like Identity Theft, I think it wasn't hitting it with me. But again, everyone loves it. Angela loves her. That's fine. I didn't like her song. There was a chorus. We knew the song she was going to say. That's the thing. It's not really a spoiler because we know what songs they're going to sing, right? I mean, we know pretty much.
To be fair, if they don't include those songs, people
will be pissed. I'll be pissed.
Right, they'll right.
But one of the things is that they added 2 new songs here, and we did hear them. They weren't really significant. Like I kind of felt like with that spoiling for you guys, of course. I kind of felt like we could have did without them. This runtime came out to be about 2 hours and 15 minutes, and you really feel it. in certain scenes, you really feel it. For me, one of the things is that Flounder. Oh my God. There's a lot of these scenes to where you're like lost in a way to where like, man, this does not feel like, you feel like they're at a soundstage, or you feel like they're somewhere like it just doesn't feel like the world that we're used to. The world that Disney's really pushing us on is the fact that we want to get sucked into this new world, or like Aladdin, or like where Jafar. It's these worlds up to where Lion King in Africa. It's just that's the point of these live actions. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of it had to do with, the set choices here, and the set where it was filmed at and everything. And there's a lot of sea driven in here. King Triton in here. One of the things, did you like King Triton in here?
As much as I love the actor,
yeah.
I think it's Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
Married to Penelope Cruz. He is a phenomenal actor in itself. Yeah. Like, I love him in a lot of stuff. Granted, I did not watch the movie he won the Oscar for, or won awards for, No Country for Old Men. But I really liked him. And so I was really excited for him to bring that to King Triton.
Yeah.
Because he has a commanding presence. He can do it. Yeah. But I did not like him in this film. And as King Triton, I don't know
one of the things,
why.
Yeah. One of the things I had issue with, sorry to cut you off, one of the things I had so much of an issue was his facial expressions. He was giving the same facial expression throughout the whole damn movie. It was pissing me the hell off. I was very ticked off because that's not the King Triton. And granted, that has nothing to do. It's just, I don't know if it's just because the way it was written, the way this, I think it's the way it was written, because the way they were trying to do this remake, something, I don't even know if it was different, because I was just like, I wanted the King Triton, that I had cared for so much about Ariel. Didn't even get after her in a way. I was like, what is going on here?
He wasn't like, he wasn't like angry.
Yeah.
Like, because he gets very angry and then also very sad.
That doesn't happen at all in this movie.
Because his daughter's missing.
Spoiler, that doesn't happen. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's not really a spoiler, but I gotta say, it is a little disappointing. I wanted to love his character, him as this character.
Yeah,
so much,
I really did, because at first I was kind of iffy, but then when I saw him, I was like, "Oh, damn, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be vicious."
He looked good. Like don't get me wrong, the part he looked good, and I think I read somewhere where when he was first casted, I think it was the first thing that popped up in his mind was like, "Oh shoot, like I'm gonna have like no shirt on."
Yeah,
but he found out he was gonna wear body armor. He's like, "Oh." Like relief.
Yeah.
But I think he looked good. I liked the body armor.
No, his look was great. I loved his look. But the lines, the way it was written for him, nothing on him. It was just the way it was written for him, the way they were trying to project King Triton, this new King Triton. Yeah, was not working for me. Was not good. I would say that right off the bat. It was not good. A lot of the filming locations. What do we know for Disney to do about, because this was supposed to be based in the Caribbean and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it was not based. But this was filmed a lot in Italy. I was very surprised. At least
we can infer that, because a lot of the end credits had a lot of thanks to Italy.
And London is from locations in London. This you can tell, and they emphasize this a lot. A lot of these scenes were filmed in a soundstage, and you really could tell. That's the sucky part. You really, really could tell. CGI was terrible on so many action levels. The ocean, Flounder, it just nonstop. I just kept it was so blurry, especially the Ursula scene where it comes to the climax of like where
she gets bigger.
Where she gets bigger. We know it's gonna happen, right? We know that from the original. It's terrible. I just did not like the CGI in it. It was just horrific. I was just like, dude, this is not the horrific way I was trying to give about.
And Disney has done good CGI before.
Yeah, they have.
So I feel like it was disappointing to see. No, the CGI didn't bother me as much as you. There were certain scenes that were pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, all of it. But I do agree, especially the Ursula scene where she grows and she's like, finally the ruler of the seas, that scene. And you're right. I think she looked pretty weird. Like it just looked so strange. Like I think the way, because we saw with your mom, she described it as it wasn't clear. Like she wasn't clear, but it was intended to be that way. And I don't think they pulled it off the way that they thought it would.
Pull it off that well. Yeah.
But again, I don't fault Melissa McCartney. I liked her.
Yeah.
Some of the CGI Flounder didn't bother me as much. I know we got the sneak peek images before it came out, right?
Oh god!
And the internet blew up.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me as much. Maybe because he didn't have as big of a part.
Yeah.
As the animation.
Yeah.
But I absolutely loved Scuttle and I loved Sebastian. Sebastian's CGI, the way he looked, didn't bother me, and it grew on me as the movie went on. Same thing with Scuttle. I know Scuttle looks a little weird, but I loved Awkwafina.
Yeah,
Scuttle.
I like Awkwafina too. So it just
anything she does.
It was funny, annoying, which I thought was really good, really rich.
Which is good because Scuttle is annoying in the animation.
And I like that too. It just a lot of the stuff that Disney. I'm surprised to say this, is that Disney guys, when you actually capitalize on so much of that Disney jokes, family jokes, this film was too serious for its own good. I felt like this film was way too serious. Like, this is a movie where you should have been the most less serious out of all your live actions. Really, like, less serious, because the fact is it's a mermaid world. It's supposed to be magic. I hate to say it, this, without showing the big old castle in the front, to me, this did not feel like a Disney movie, and it sucks. It really sucks, because I'm just like, I expected to have an emotional grasp. I expected to have some emotional level, and it sucks because it just has nothing to do with Halle Bailey. That's the thing. For me, has nothing to do with the great star Halle Bailey. It has nothing to do with her. That's the fact that gets me more mad, is that moviegoers and everyone, there's such a hatred for her because she's playing this role. And I'm just like, what? The problem isn't her. The problem is the script. The problem is the story, the way Disney portrayed the story. And there's a little bit of a little bit questionnaires of stuff to where, like, they kind of added on a little bit, and I was just like, okay, whatever.
And before I forget, I know one of the big controversies in the days leading up, or weeks leading up to this film really being released, was that we found out that they were going to change the lyrics of some of the songs.
Yes.
And I was trying to listen really hard. I think they mentioned like two specific songs.
2 songs,
that they changed the lyrics a little bit.
Under the Sea and
Kiss the Girl.
Kiss the Girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kiss the Girl, and I can't remember the other one.
And Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Yeah. So I think I noticed a word or two off, but everyone needs to calm down. I tried to pay attention to those words so clearly to see where the change was.
I could tell the Ursula one though. I could tell because it sounded weird. I was just like, what?
You just said that because you didn't like the way she
No. That's because I noticed everything.
It did not bother me. If I noticed it, people need to calm down.
I don't think that's what ruined the movie for me. That's not what ruined the movie. And is it going to ruin the movie? Moviegoers out there, if you already hate this movie, I'm going to say it right now, if you already hate this movie, you already hate the way they were doing it, I mean, you're not gonna come out loving it. I'll be honest with you. You're not gonna come out loving it, guys. This isn't a movie that's gonna be like, oh my god, it's one of the best Disney remakes ever in the history of Disney. No, it's not one of those movies, guys. Definitely not. Because with us and the critics and everything, we were very mixed. It's a very mixed audience here. Mixed in a while, I would say. I mean, they haven't really been knocking it out of the park anyways. It's been a hit or miss. It's sad to see that, but nothing on Halle Bailey, of course. Sebastian was really good. He had his great one-liners, like, hey girl. That was hilarious. I was cracking up.
So the actor who played it, it's funny. He's from, it's Daveed Diggs. He's from Hamilton.
Oh,
he also has a part in Soul.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
He was great.
Great.
Yeah.
Best part of the movie for me. Him and Scuttle. Best part of the movie.
And that's the thing, too. We needed more Sebastian comedy versus... Because, we talk about serious tone here. Disney went a hardcore on serious tone. I think they should have done more Sebastian comedy because they had a serious Sebastian, which I did not like at all. I was just like, what?
No, he was funny.
No, but in the beginning, it was very serious. And I was just like, what is going on?
Well, because he's supposed to be like... the right hand man.
Okay, he does that in the cartoon, right? But why didn't we see, I'll call me crazy.
I feel
like if you would have made I gotta be serious or a joke about that would have been great. It would have brought more humor. It would have brought more just comedy. And I felt like this, for me, that's very picky on comedy. I needed more comedy out of here. And I wasn't laughing. And you gotta be honest though, the theater for Disney movie, they were not laughing as hard as usually Disney movies go.
Yeah, I gotta agree. But the parts that Sebastian was in,
they were good.
The audience laughing because he was funny.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's just
Kiss the Girl though, it wasn't that good. It wasn't.
I thought it was so cute.
There was a cute, special, flavorful moment that was really good and rich. You guys know what we're talking about. But there's a really good moment in here, and that's it. Though it's real quick, maybe a few seconds, and that's it. I'll leave it at that. I mean, it just sucked because I really wanted them to really go in depth on the music and make it real loud and grand and show something a little cute, little Mickey ear somewhere cute. I'm saying Disney. The time that we need to see
there were probably because Disney's really good at this is doing Easter eggs. There were probably some in there, and we probably missed it all.
And then I just did not like the King Triton and Ariel relationship. It was terrible. I didn't like that at all. I thought it was weak. It was a weak out of everything, and it sucks because we see, believe it or not, in animation, we see a lot of depth between King Triton in the original, of course. We're talking about the original. And we see it in Ariel because their relationship. We see them how they are. It's the baby. She gets, we see that in this one. No, you really don't. You just be like, you're kind of lost in a way because there's certain sisters that you're like, doesn't make sense. We won't say what because that's going to spoil it for you guys.
King Triton was a little busy.
I guess so. I mean,
a little busy.
I guess so. And one of the main issues here, and granted, we didn't really full on see the kingdom, but like one of the main issues was that there was lack of a kingdom. For being King Triton, there was lack of kingdom. But
yeah, we don't see the kingdom. We don't see enough of the mer people.
Yeah, it's definitely not the live action that I was promised. At least come on, the title's called Mermaid. Come on, the title Mermaid is in the title. Whatever. But yeah, I think Disney missed that on a mile.
I will say though, I wasn't too thrilled about Prince Eric when they first announced
Prince
him.
Eric was,
but he warmed up to him, as the movie went on.
It wasn't that good.
I liked him. I liked his song. I didn't like his song. I loved his song.
See, we're
great singer. Here. Great singer. And I was like, oh, damn, he got some
chops. Were we watching the same thing, woman?
Oh, he is a great singer.
Oh, my God. Okay, whatever. But
I gotta say though, overall, I agree with you. It wasn't the film I think we were promised.
Yeah, definitely.
But I did enjoy it a little bit more than I thought it would, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna give average review, but was the film we deserved? I mean, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say politely no. I'm still mixed though. I'm very mixed.
Mixed, but I think yes, just because of the cast. I really like the cast. Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awkwafina, David Diggs, Javier. I just love the cast. I want to support the cast.
I just can't believe that's the same Oscar winner. Like, I just can't believe it's the same guy. And it sucks because it's definitely one of those things to where like, wow, anyone could have played that role. I'll be honest, anyone could have played that role, and it would have been.
And that's disappointing because He's
good.
Great. He's great.
He's damn good. And it pisses me off when they get damn good actors, actresses, and they don't reach that high level that we've seen them in previous films. I'll say that. But all right, guys. Rating 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. Angela, what do you give this rating?
5.
I'm going to give it a solid 5 as well. I'm about average. I'm 4.5. Oh, man, I'm going down. Oh, man, 4. Yeah,
so strange.
I think about, I
know. No,
4.5 to a 5. I'll leave it at that.
I will say, again, it exceeded my expectations. I think, though, it's going to be a great family film. I will say on a positive note, I think a lot of kids are going to enjoy this film.
It's going to be very mixed. Is this movie going to make... Because I'm
talking about like little kids. So.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to make that... It's not going to be... Because the thing is with Mario movie, it's that it made so much of a word of mouth. So I don't think it's going to be a good word of mouth. I really don't. It's going to get people not to go see it in theaters. It's going to be like, I'm going to wait for Disney+.
That's true. But I still think kids are going to enjoy this film. I think it's a great film to take your whole family to see. Because I think everyone's going to enjoy like little bits of it. Mom, dad, kids.
Small tidbits.
So I think it's going to be a great film. I do think as disappointing as some of the reviews are going to be, it is still going to be...
Hate it.
A not too bad in the box office because of that. Because families are going to go see this. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. I mean, it has to make money. I mean, it's Memorial Day weekend. It's got to make money. If it doesn't, this will be a true answer to Disney. They effed up. I'll say, let's be honest. If they don't make as much money as I don't know. I don't even think it's gonna make a good amount of money. I'll leave it at that. I don't know. We'll talk about that on another date. But I mean, we're kind of we're kind of a little bit different here. But would you recommend this movie? Angelo says yes to families. I'm gonna say if you already do not like it because of the cast, do not. I mean, you're not gonna love it more. I'll be honest. If you're ready, like, oh my god, I don't like that they changed her. I don't like that. Whatever the case may be, guys, I really don't care. If you are going in with this, it's not gonna change your mind. It's not. I hate to say it. It sucks because I love it when movies like, boom, change your mind. You're like, you need to go see this movie in theaters. What are you talking about? You guys are crazy. You need to go see it in theaters. That's not the case here. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, guys. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
Angela, that cat lady Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. And have a good one, guys. Be sure to check this out. We do recommend seeing it at a theater, guys. Do I think it's going to be worth it? I don't know. Give it a chance because it's a Disney movie to where everyone has an opinion about it. You know, that's the good thing about movies. You know, we're very different. We're very different on this film, and it's definitely we're going to argue about it. But yay, if you enjoy this movie, guys, that's awesome. Put comments down below, or if you just like, yeah, I did not like it, put on comments down below too, because we love discussing film with you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for making this a part of your day, and have a good one, guys. Stay safe, San Antonio. Peace.